We are live, we are live, we are live. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me, Lawana Hodges, YBC Youth Building Conversation. This segment is the YBC Featured because, as everyone know, I already interviewed Madison. So you guys still know a little bit about Madison, but we're going to touch on some stuff that I interviewed her on, and then we're going to touch on what's going on today. But we wanted to make sure that you guys be able to ask questions if you have any for her. If there are any youth or young adult listening, she's exactly right where you're at and what you're going through for our schooling, and she's doing it a little bit different than the norm. So we'll be getting into that as well. So how are you doing, Madison?
I'm good. I had a pretty good day today, I'll admit. I'm pretty good.
Okay, great, great, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off always in a quick prayer. I have been traveling, so I thank God for getting me back home safely today. So let's just open up in prayer and then we can proceed. Lord, we thank you. We thank you for this day. We thank you for yesterday, God. I thank you for traveling grace and mercy to bring me to and from Ocean City, Lord, with my family. We had a great time just spending time with one another. So, Lord, I thank you. I thank you for this interview and Madison Littlejohn for her coming back in and on my platform to just discussing what she's been up to since I interviewed her last year. So, Lord, just guide this interview, guide my words, guide her words, open our minds, our hearts, open my viewers' minds and hearts to receive what she has to give in the atmosphere. So, Lord, I just want to say I thank you and I praise you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Hello, hello, hello. How are
Hi.
you? So,
I'm
of
good.
course,
How are you?
your mom is watching.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Georgette, glad you made it safely to your destination as well. All is good. See you at 7 o'clock. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So, Madison, I came
Mm.
to realize that you are my fourth person that I interviewed since the platform was created, YBC Youth Building Conversation. You was the
Mm.
fourth youth, young adult, that I interviewed.
Yeah,
What you think about that?
I
And
think
here
it's
we are
cool.
again.
I think it's cool. And I'm happy to see that how much you've built on, all this since then. It's pretty awesome.
Great, great. So when I interviewed you, you was a senior and you was
Yes.
trying to adapt to um, COVID-19, being schooled at home,
Yeah.
and you graduated. I mean, you got through it. You graduated,
Thank
good
goodness.
grades. And what college did you attend?
I attended Maryland Institute College of Arts.
Okay, okay. So we're getting into that because she is an artiste. She have a couple of what would you call them? Display. I know I say displays in Washington D.C., but they're murals. She have about one or two murals in D.C. already.
Yeah, I have
So
a one mural. I've got
one
a
mural in
mural.
D.C. Okay,
Yes.
and we know and we've seen her work. Um, Great artist. So let's talk about the schooling. Let's talk about school. So what are you doing now?
Currently, I'm actually not in school anymore. I left the college, and now I'm kind of starting to make my own education, as it were, doing smaller programs and teaching myself basically how to be better at art and what I want to do.
So did you find that it was the route that you're going? Do you find that it's better to go that way versus going to an expensive? Because I know art school is a lot.
It
of
is,
money.
especially depending on where you go to. It's a lot of money. And I know when it comes to arts, like my field, I want to get into animation and basically the TV show pipeline. So when it comes to things like that, you actually don't necessarily need a college education or a diploma. Of course, you know, everybody says it's nice to have one, but really it's not like if you're trying to become an engineer or something. You obviously would have to go to at least some kind of place in order to get it. But or maybe you don't. I don't know how it works in that world. But I know at least in my field, if you walk into a studio with a really good what's the word, portfolio, and that's pretty much your in ticket. Coming in with a diploma is basically like saying, okay, you completed school. So, but if you don't have a good portfolio, then it's like, what are you going to do?
So basically, what you're saying is, for your field, it's more hands-on than actually learning in the classroom. They want to actually see the visual that, yes, I'm an artiste. I know how to do animation. I know how to draw. I know how to use certain programs to make my drawing come alive.
Yes.
Versus reading a textbook about it.
I will say, you do have, when it comes to being in school, you do have a lot more of those things that they would use in the field at your fingertips, because obviously you're going to school for it. They're going to give you like professional equipment and things like that. And that's the allure of art school in general, because it gives you that professional equipment and it gives you connections to people who are in your field, but it also comes expensive, being very, 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 very expensive. And if you can do it by yourself and learn how to do it by yourself, then it just makes it easier. And you have like lots of cheaper classes online or by other industry professionals who they teach what they know, and it's pretty much, you know, it's like a tenth of the price.
So that's awesome.
Yes.
So so are you also looking for maybe internships or something that can actually give you job training, on-site job training with your craft?
Yeah, I'm eventually looking to that. Right now, currently I'm looking to do a mentor program, and the person who does the program, he's very, very, very he's worked at Disney. He's worked on The Lion King. He's worked, yeah, like actual like 1990s Lion King. He's worked on a bunch of Disney movies, a bunch of different products. He's worked in the industry for like 20 something years at everything. So yeah.
Wow, that is
Hmm.
awesome. That is great. So when are you
So
going
if
to
you know,
start? So when are you going to start with your mentor?
as soon as I raise enough funds for it, I will start it.
Okay, so let's get into that. As everyone knows, she has a GoFundMe page. I posted it on YBC Youth Building Conversation, but I wanted her to come in and come on my platform to just tell you guys a little bit about it so you can support her. Everybody know college is expensive. Art school is triple expensive.
Yes.
So if she can cut and do it a different way, as long as she get the same results, I believe that we should help her out and support her. So tell us about your GoFundMe page.
Well, my GoFundMe page, it explains my story, explains how I got here and why I ended up leaving um, my school, and what my aspirations are and what I want to get out of this experience of doing this program. And I'm also, like, just so people know, I'm also working. Putting my art, I'm putting my art out there, and I'm building my own audience, and I'm working to get money from my own end to put into this. So I'm not just begging. I'm also doing my part.
Okay. And what is your handles where they can, if they want to view your art, if they want to view your work?
Well, I have an Instagram, and it's called The Griffin's Den, the GRIFFIN Den. Go look me up there and see some of my art. I mostly do a lot of stuff that revolves around animation, cartoons, my own characters, and whatever I want to draw, whatever I'm feeling at that moment.
But you was just hired recently to do a painting for someone.
Yes, I was. A family friend of mine and my mom's asked if I could paint a picture of her husband. So, yeah, I painted a mural. Well, not a mural. I painted the portrait, and she thought it was amazing.
So are you open to also be hired? If anybody wants you to paint something, paint a mural on a wall or on a business, because you have done that, paint pictures to put on the wall. Come on, tell us, are you for hire?
I am for hire. Um, it's kind of fun actually because I usually don't draw portraits and I usually don't do these things. So getting hired to do these things, it gives me a lot of experience and it makes me try some things new because at first I was a little scared. I was like, I don't know if I really I'm not good at painting portraits. I'm not good at doing portraits. I'm not good at this. But I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna try it. And I ended up loving it. And it's one of my favorite things I've done, to be honest. So if someone gives it to me, gives me a challenge, I'm willing to take a crack at it.
And your biggest supporter, your mom said, yes, she is. Yes, she is good at it.
Yes.
I seen the picture and it was amazing. So you are very good at what you do. So guys, if you need a mule, a lot of you have businesses, a lot of you have empty walls in your business areas, please hire. She's looking, she wants to work, she wants to get her stuff out there. She's trying to raise money to do this mentor ship program. It sounds like it's a great program, especially being under someone who has Disney underneath his belt. That is awesome to learn from somebody great like that. So, guys, please, if you need anything painted, hire her. She's for hire.
Mm-hmm.
Besides your
Oh,
Instagram, besides your Instagram, how else can they get involved? How else can they contact you?
well, you can access them from that. I can send you my email. You can put my email up. And if you have any business inquiries, don't be afraid to send me an email. And if you also want to support more of my work, I'm in the process of making a audio drama, as I call it, and it's going to be on Spotify. It's called Old Moreau. And in the future, I'm definitely going to be posting some of the characters and some of my concept art and things for the audio drama on my Instagram. So you can look out for that too.
Do you have a YouTube station, YouTube network yet?
Yes, I'm building that one up too. I told myself that I'm going to post my next video before July 1st. That's what I'm going to do. And that is
Okay.
also under the same name, which is the Griffin's Den.
And give us your email. Did you give everyone your email address?
It is the Griffin Art Den at gmail.com.
Okay. Okay, great. We'll make sure we put everything underneath the interview. And that's not the only talent you have.
Oh, it's not. have many talents, but one of them is also singing. I'm good at singing. Yes. Ooh, this light is all in my face right now. I'm sorry.
Well, come on. Tell the viewers about your cover, the covers you do on what is it, Instagram?
Oh, it's on YouTube. The covers
Okay.
are, yeah, the covers, it's going to be more of a once in a while thing, but they definitely will be there. And it's going to be, my first YouTube video is actually a cover of the song Santa Fe from Newsies. It's going to mostly be musical song, like songs from musicals, Disney movies, stage plays, that kind of thing.
Well,
And yeah,
she can sing. So if you need to hire a singer, check out Madison Littlejohn as well. Okay, she should be somewhere on Broadway if you ask me. I
I
think
do
that's
love
your
Broadway
second.
songs.
Right. I mean, I wish I had. I got to find my video that you did on the ship, that you sung. So she's not only she's an artist, but she's also a singer who would love to make money, right? Doing
Yes,
cover. Yes, yes. Come on, come
yes.
on. You got to tell people what you want, Madison. You got to tell people what you
I
want and what
want,
you
okay,
need.
yes, I need that. I need work. I need work. I am hungry for work. Whatever you have, I'll take it. You need somebody to sing at your wedding. You need somebody to sing at your anniversary, whatever it is. You need somebody to perform on a stage, like a musical stage play. Whatever you need, I'll do it. Just don't ask me to do
So,
any backflips or anything.
no, don't ask me to do that neither. So I'm going to post your Go For Me Fun page again on my platform. And I'm just encouraging all the business people out there, entrepreneurs. You know what it is, you know how hard it is to start your own business. You know what it takes to go to school. You know the cost it takes to go to school. She's doing it a different way. She actually have a mentor that can pour into her, and that's the goal she's trying to meet. She already have it. She already have the talent. She already proved that. You already proved she already have the talent. It's seen right in DC. Where is your mural in DC?
It's on First Constitution Avenue, corner Constitution Avenue. I think first. Yes, it's a
So
little
you,
frog. It's a frog on a storm drain. If you go up that street by school, it's the frog, and I painted that one.
so if you want to see her work, just go into DC. If you want to check out her Instagram where she's selling her work, buy a portrait, buy a painting, even higher. And your mother said it's 19th and Constitution,
19th and
north,
Constitution.
northeast,
Yes.
northeast. So I'm telling you, mom's be on it, boy. She be on it. She be
Yeah, she
on it.
does. She remembers everything.
Yes, yes, yes.
Everything. Love you, mom.
So, so what else you got going on besides that?
Mm, besides that, I guess just teaching myself art and getting the job and trying to set stuff up for myself. That's pretty much it.
Good, awesome, great.
Yep.
So in
Okay.
what 4 year in 4 years, where you expect to be?
In 4 years, I expect to be out on my own, making good money, and being in my at least first job, studio job. That's where I expect to be.
Or or your own studio?
Maybe that's a long-term dream, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
I mean, I mean, your mother's funny. You never know. I mean, you
You
never
never
know.
know.
Under the mentorship, he might, teach you something that, he learned. And you can open up your own studio and work for yourself. I
I
mean,
need a business partner though. I'm not good with numbers. I'm an art person. I'm not good with numbers. I need a numbers person in order to do that. But if I have my numbers person, I think I can do it.
we got you. Don't worry about that. You'll be okay. We got you. Don't worry about that. So, like I said, I'm going to drop your GoFundMe page once again on my page. But just to let you know who else joined in. Oh, Cookie joined in. Hey, Cookie. Hey, Cookie. She said, hey.
Hi.
Cookie's also a great supporter of my youth and young adults. Whenever she can, she also helps out. But I'm going to drop your GoFundMe page. Please, y'all, donate. If it's $2, $5, $10, every little bit counts.
Yes, it does.
Every little bit counts. And she's very appreciative. If you want to hire her, go ahead and hire her. Give her a chance. You know, these are our youth reaching out, trying to just be great, but trying to be great debt free and not in debt.
Yes. I told
Trying to
myself
become
that by the
debt
time I
free
get
and
out,
not
I'm
in
gonna
debt.
be out of debt. I said I'm not gonna graduate with debt. And I guess that meant I'm not graduating at all. But I don't have debt. So I'm fine with that.
Let me tell you, gotta make a way. Gotta make a way. If you inspire it, if you're gonna work towards it and you put in the work, he gonna give it to you. Trust me. He gonna give you everything your heart desires and then some and more. But you gotta work for it. You just can't sit on it. And I'm
Right.
saying that to myself as well. I'm encouraging myself as I'm encouraging you. But if
Okay.
my viewers have any questions for Miss Madison before we close, any questions? Let's see what comes through.
Okay.
Okay. Cookie said, send me the GoFundMe page. Cookie, I'm going to post it right after this interview. I'm going to post it on my page, and you can go straight there and donate. You're welcome, Georgette. You're welcome, Georgette. Anytime, anytime. We gotta uplift our youth, and Madison trying to do some great work, but at the same time, it's expensive. How much was your school that you was
One
going to?
semester. One semester was like 25,000. So you
So
can
fifty
imagine how much.
thousand a year.
Yeah, right. And the funny thing is, the other schools I was looking at, one that was even more expensive. It was like 60,000 or so a year. So, and that's not even the most expensive school that you can go to.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we need to help you out to get to that mentor program. So I do have a question for you. Who's your
Okay.
biggest who's your biggest influence in the art community?
That is tough. Because I have so many people that I follow or pay attention to, but currently, since he's the most recent on my mind, there's this man. He's a Japanese man. I love anime. I love anime. I love manga. I love it. So Kohei Horikoshi. I adore that man. I love him and I love his work. It's so amazing, and his line work is he makes this he's behind the manga and show My Hero Academia, and I follow that thing religiously every week. Every Sunday, every Sunday I read the new chapter as it updates because I love that story. I love it. It's one of my favorite things ever.
So what type of art does he do? Or did you say that and it went over my head?
It's manga, so Japanese comic books, basically. That's what it is. Yes.
Okay.
Though I'm trying to think if there's anybody in the States that I also follow. In the States, I would say I love Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but the movie about Miles Morales Spider-Man, also amazing. I just I love anything. I love anything that has really crazy action scenes, amazing character designs, like crazy angles, and really like I just love colorful things that are colorful, things that are bright, vivid, just funny, different. I love all of that. Patterns, as you can see by what I'm wearing. You know, I love anything that's bright and bold.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How did you know, or how did you fall into your craft? How did you know that you can draw? How did you come upon your craft of being an artist, drawing?
I'd like to think it's kind of sappy, but it was when me and my brother used to watch the show Avatar, Last Airbender. I was so young. I was pretty young at the time, so I don't really remember everything. But I think a lot of it, me and my brother watching different cartoons and things, different shows, and just I loved Avatar growing up mostly because he loved it. And then as I came into my own, I started loving it, and I paid attention to a lot of shows, and I held on to things, cartoons and things long after other people probably would have, like other kids would have, like Backyardigans. I watched Backyardigans until I was 13. I loved I'm not kidding. I watched that show until I was like 13 years old, way past the age that you're supposed to be watching shows like that. I watched so much, and I fell in love with these worlds, and I fell in love with these characters, and eventually I just started drawing. They call it fan art. I drew a lot of fan art of those things, and luckily my parents were very supportive of that. They always encouraged me to keep going. So I just kept doing it and kept doing it until I eventually was like, you know what? I could make money with this. I could make money, and I'm going to keep doing this because this is something that I love. I loved it enough to where it's like, okay, I literally hate everything that I'm doing right now, but I love it enough that I want to keep going. Like, I love it, but I hate it. And so, that's how I know I'm meant to do it.
It's a burden. Anything that's a burden.
Yeah, because learning art is very hard. Like that. That's why it gets on my nerves when people, they see things like Spider-Verse, or they see things like cartoons and they think it's silly, or they discredit it, or they think, oh, a computer does it, so that makes it easy. Like, no, it's really not. I had a time where I explained to my mother the animation pipeline, and she was completely I explained to my mom and my grandma, and they were completely shocked, like, wow, this is everything that goes into it. It's so much. Like, that's why when you see movies come out, you see, oh, this is advertised for 2023, because it takes a long time and it takes a lot of work and a lot of people, which is, I'm like, why did you want to do this? Like, you're going to be pulling your hair out every day, but I love it. So
we don't appreciate the art of cartoons and films. We look at it with a different lens than you look at it. You look at it differently, and we just look at it like, oh, it's a bunch of cartoons. I don't get it. Like, because Avatar was really, that was a great movie, and I'm not really into movies like that, but to see the different transformations in the movie was great.
Wait, are you talking about Blue People Avatar or animated Avatar?
I'm talking about the Blue People. Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the animated series Avatar. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm talking about the blue people.
No, I mean Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's 3 seasons. It's really good. It's awesome. But and the thing I want to get into, I say cartoon because that's generally what people recognize. But I'd like to get into adult animation, which is even more interesting because a lot of people, when they hear adult animation or adult cartoons, they associate that with like things like Family Guy or, Family Guy or The Simpsons and things like that. But nowadays, if you look into adult animation, it can range from a lot of different things. It can be comedy, or it could be horror, it could be action, it could be romance, it could be whatever you want, because animation is a medium. It's not a genre. People think it's a genre and they assume kids genre. At least in the United States they do. So I'm trying to change that too.
Okay, so we got a game changer. We got a game changer on here. Do you hear me?
You cut out a little bit, actually.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I said we got a game changer here. I think you're cutting out.
Maybe. I don't know what, because whenever you say game changer, that you start cutting out for me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, maybe it doesn't like that. But I thank you for coming back on and sitting down and just telling my viewers what you have going on. So when I post that GoFundMe page, they can go ahead and donate to your fund because they know exactly what it's going to be used for your mentorship program. That's great.
Yes.
So when does your mentorship program is set to start?
Well, the program itself, you can sign up for anytime you want to. But me personally, I want to sign up before at least the end of the year. So maybe before November. I want to be in this at least by November. That's the latest that I want to be in it by.
Okay. So we got to November 1st to help you raise, or October 31st to help you raise these funds for this mentorship program. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So anything else you would like to leave with my viewers before we close?
Don't be afraid to go the alternative route for things. People still gonna say to me how oh, you can still do this, you can still do that. Like, just listen to people, but don't be afraid to go off and do your own thing, because sometimes that's the best for you. And sometimes then nobody's in your shoes and they don't know what you are experiencing and they don't know what you're going through. So if you have to go the route less traveled and have to do things that other people aren't doing, then that's just how it is. That's what you got to do. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And people ringing my doorbell like that. Well, I thank you. I thank you for sitting down. Please follow me. I have one more feature next week.
Thank you for having me.
And that is my dog. I do have a dog, so that is my dog because my doorbell rang. So he is barking. King. I should have King on here. I think King has a lot to say.
Probably.
And then maybe he does. Yeah. I mean, maybe I think King has a lot to say. Because when he barks like that, he really does, be barking loud. So maybe he has something to say. But anywho, thank you for coming on. We're going to make sure we push through. We keep posting your GoFundMe page. I'm going to make sure that I put this feature chat on my Instagram and other social medias. Once again, please help her out, Madison Littlejohn. She is for hire, for artwork and singing only.
Yes.
And you can check her Instagram out if you wish to purchase any of her paintings that she has for sale already on her Instagram. And then she has a GoFundMe. Make sure you just contribute. Even if it's $5, drop a $5 in there. if we get about 100 to 200 people dropping $5, she have already met her goal. So like I said, just help the youth out and the young adult. That's what we are here to do, here to inspire and help them along the way. Thanks again, Madison. This is Luana, YBC, Youth Building Conversation. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week with another YBC feature. And then I am off on vacation for July. So I will be doing features in July, but not interviews. We will gear up starting August 1st with a great lineup. Until then, be safe, peace, and love.
I
Hold on, Madison.